Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with a Millennial. I'm the Millennial, Javeda Bay, and this is my bed, and it's our last Monday of Black History Month. And I had said what I was going to be talking about before, but if you don't know, we're going to talk about the adultification of Black girls because we need to. So let's get into it. All right, Javed, what is adultification? Adultification is essentially when you see a child and instead of viewing them as a child, you view them as an adult. And in the sense of Black girls, that adultification is usually of the sexual variety. And by that I mean it's like seeing young Black girls dressing in pretty much the same way as their white counterparts, and just like as children in children's clothes, and still considering them to be doing adult things. And so if you are a Black woman, a Black femme presenting, identifying individual, you more than likely definitely experience this because we can't get away from it, it seems. It sucks. But you might be wondering okay, but why is this necessarily a bad thing? Wow. Remember all those things I talked about in 2 weeks back about the sexualization of Black bodies? When you adultify a young Black girl, you are sexualizing. Let's start with that problem of sexualizing children. But then in the sense, when you adultify Black girls, you sexualize them to the point of all the harmful things that come from the sexual tropes attached to Black sexuality to begin with. So as young girls, hearing oh, you're so fast, oh, you're just asking for it, just think a little bit on what that messaging really does to somebody, being 12 years old and hearing oh, you're just so fast out here, when all you did was put on red nail polish, or you wore a bright colored, a hot pink lip gloss or something. And adultification happens in a lot of different ways. And it can be based off of just the way, the clothes that someone's wearing, the accessories, if they wear makeup, things of that nature. All those things can be used to adultify somebody. Just like the way they talk and what their interests are could also be used to adultify them. Yeah. And so it's really harmful because also it means how can you really gauge, especially if you're not getting sex ed and having these conversations, how can you understand hey, maybe that's not my lane, maybe I don't need to be focused on these things, or hey, this is actually something that is made for children, I'm just doing what everybody else my age is doing. So it can be really, really complicated, especially if you are on the receiving end of the adultification. And one really major aspect around adultification I have such a problem with is that it actually overshadows the real predators. Because when you put on young Black girls that they are catching older men's eyes, or they are doing this thing to get sexual attention, it really ignores the fact that they are a child. The grown man that's hitting on them as they're walking home from school, that's a predator. But the way that we don't properly, put blame where blame needs to go, it's put on young Black girls as if they did anything wrong. And existing in this world is not anything wrong. So I have a big problem with that because that is a big component of adultification, is this notion and idea that the young Black girl is the problem in the situation when the young Black girl has done nothing except exist in the body that she was born in. And others decided to sexualize that body and are not seen as the problem in the situation. Okay, Javay, damn, I didn't realize. What do we do to combat adultification? As per usual, the first thing you're gonna do is check yourself. So if you are ever in space with young Black girls, and you catch yourself saying something along the lines of oh, you're acting too grown, or why would you dress that way? Why would you do these things? First of all, I also have a problem with people commenting on people's clothes. Did you buy it? No, shut your mouth. But more than likely, unless that child is specifically shopping on Fashion Nova, they are probably not purchasing adult clothes to look grown and fast. Also, no, you don't be looking grown. You look the way you look. I got boobs in high school and they came in big. I didn't decide to just one day have big boobs. I came in big boobs. It didn't make me grown or trying to be fast. So check yourself and what you're saying to young Black girls, and also just like the ideas that you hold around stuff. Like a very common thing is like wearing red lipstick or red nail polish is like fast. Since when is the color red fast? Like, it has, what? No. So first check yourself, and then once you start to recognize these things, check other people. Like if you are a parent to a young Black girl and you are at a family function and some aunts or like grandmas are like starting to talk to your child saying like, oh, you're acting too grown, you're so fast, like why are you dressing this way? Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Because let your children be children. Let them do what they want to do. Let them express themselves how they express themselves. Stop having adults attach sexual connotations and meanings to everything children do, because they're just being children. They're just being young folk. So like speak up and stop it. But also just like actually have conversations with your children. If you again are a parent to a Black girl, boy, a Black child, honestly all of them, to like actually like recognize like, hey, you are not any, like, you are a child, you get to be a child. If anyone does these things, says these things, let me know, because it's not okay. Especially in the case of like, I can literally, like, if I had $1 for every time I was like catcalled as a middle schooler, as a high schooler, just for walking in school uniforms too, mind you. I wore a uniform from freaking what, 4th grade all the way up until 10th grade. I was in schools that I had to wear a uniform. So I was in polos and button-ups and somehow still catcalled every day when there was a length requirement for everything I was wearing somehow. So like talk to children so that way they know like, hey, these things, we don't like them. Let me know if they happen. And then you go be that parent that nips it in the bud, because no one, especially with access to your child like that, should be adultifying your child. That's a problem in itself. We need to know. We need to protect Black children. So yeah, adultification of Black girls is real, and it has so many lingering effects. I even now, as a grown woman, catch myself wondering like, ooh, does this make me look too grown? I am grown. I can look grown. Like what? But like the question of like, am I going to be in company of folks who are going to say that I am doing XYZ type thing because of the way I'm presenting myself, carrying myself, even if it's just like the natural way that I present and carry myself. And don't even let me get started on how complex it gets when you actually decide to become a sexuality professional. But yeah, that's the lowdown on the adultification of Black girls. It sucks. It really, really sucks. So let's stop doing it, okay? But happy Black History Month. I hope that y'all really took some stuff away from this whole month, and that you were ready for March, because if you didn't know, it's my favorite month because it's my birthday month. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because it's still Black History Month, so do it. And then next month is my birthday month, so do it. Make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms, because again, it's my birthday, so like fun things are abound. And definitely make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter, because as per usual, that's where the goods hit first. And yeah, make sure you come back next week, because I'm gonna have all new content. But until then, I'm gonna see you later. Deuces.